Hello students, in previous class we already studied about ray optics, different types of optical instruments like lens, mirror, prism. Okay, so today we are going to study about some types of optical instruments that we are used in our day-to-day life to improve the vision, to see any type of objects. Clear? So today we are going to discuss about optical instruments. So optical instrument, it means what? So from the day when we take bath, after that each and every instant we use the most advanced optical instrument provided to all of us by God, that is human eye. So human eye, our eye is the most advanced optical instrument we are used in our day-to-day life, and any other artificial instruments, that is a binocular, camera, simple microscope, compound microscope, telescope, all are the artificial optical instruments that we use to assist our eye to clear the vision more properly. Okay, so but basically the most advanced optical instruments we used in our day-to-day life from our birth to our death, that is our eye. So basically what is human eye? Let's discuss about the human eye in very short. So human eye is basically mostly a spherical structure like this. Okay, it's a structure like this. There is a small opening. Here is a lens which is attached to it. Okay, the structure is mostly looks similar like this. This portion is known as cornea. This small opening is known as pupil, and these two diaphragm like structure is known as iris, and this is the crystal lens, and these muscles are known as ciliary muscles. Okay, and within the cornea and the pupils there are certain liquid like substance present over here. This liquid like substance is known as aqueous humor, and behind the lens there are also some liquid present over here which is known as vitreous humor, and at the back this complete wall, this is known as retina. Okay, this is basically the structure of a human eye. The front portion, the human eye is spherical in structure, and the front portion is slightly sharp which is known as cornea, and within the cornea there is a liquid like substance present which is known as aqueous humor, and that there will be a short opening by two diaphragm like structure which is known as iris, and this small opening is known as pupil, and behind it there is a crystal lens which is attached with a muscle that is known as ciliary muscles, and behind that there is also a liquid substance present over here which is known as vitreous humor, and at the back of the eye there is retina, and in retina there are a large number of nerves attached with rod and cone. Okay, these rod and cone are attached with a very large number of nerves which are attached to the brain, and this gives us the sensation of vision. Clear? So when light is incident on the cornea due to the bulged surface of the cornea, first the light get refracted, then due to this liquid the light get refracted, then depending upon the intensity of light, if the light is very much or a very large amount of light is incident on the cornea, these iris will compress to make the hole or the size of the pupil very small, so that less amount of light will incident on the lens. If the light is very weak in intensity or the light is very bad, then this iris will expand to allow the pupil size more, so that large amount of light can incident on the lens, so that the image will be clear. And this lens is attached with the ciliary muscles, for due to which the lens can be expand or compressed, due to which the focal length of the lens can be changed, and again the light gets deviated or refracted through this liquid which is known as vitreous humor. Both the liquid aqueous humor and vitreous humor nearly have refractive index 1.33. Clear? Both the liquid present in the eye, that is aqueous humor and vitreous humor, have nearly the refractive index of 1.33, and this crystalline lens have refractive index, the lens have refractive index nearly about 1.36. Clear? And combine these liquid, the lens and the cornea all in a combined work as a equivalent lens, which we generally known as eye lens. Clear? So in further study we only study about eye lens. What will be the eye lens? Eye lens will be the equivalent lens of the liquid, the crystalline lens and cornea. All are equivalently combined to form a equivalent lens, which is generally known as eye lens. Clear? So when light first incident, it gets reflected by this combination of lens, that is this liquid, the crystalline lens, and further again vitreous humor, and finally the light ray incident on the retina, and then we get the vision of the object or the sight. Clear? So this is how human eye acts. Clear? But when in case of human eye, the image should be formed on the retina to get the vision of it. If there is an object placed in front of the human eye, we only can able to see its image only if the image of the object is formed on the retina. That means in case of human eye, if human eye is considered as a lens, so for this lens the image distance is fixed, because the distance from lens to the retina is fixed for the eye, so the image distance is fixed, but the object can be placed close to the eye or at a distance from the eye. So according to the object distance, we have to change the focal length of the lens. So human eye is such a fantastic lens that it can change its focal length by itself, because here the V remain constant, and according to the lens formula we know 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. So in general we studied that the focal length of a lens is constant when the surrounding medium of the lens remain fixed, but in this case this focal length can be changed because the image distance is fixed. The distance from the lens to the retina remain constant, so the image distance is fixed. So to get the clear vision according to the object distance, we have to change the focal length of the lens. Clear? So when object is at a very larger distance, the focal length should be high, so the ciliary muscles are in relaxed position so that the lens remain expanded, so the image can easily form on the retina and we can able to see the image. But as we move the object close to the eye, gradually the U decreases, so we have to decrease the focal length of the lens so that the image of the object can form on the retina. So as we move object towards the lens or eye, gradually U decreases. So as U decreases, we have to decrease the value of F because V remain constant. So to decrease the value of F, these ciliary muscles get stretched to compress the lens. But the ciliary muscles have the limit to certain extent, so that it can extend up to that limit to compress the lens. Beyond that they can't compress. So for a normal eye, there is a certain limit up to which we can move the object close to the eye. If we move the object further closer to the eye, the ciliary muscles can't able to compress the lens, so that the focal length can't able to decrease further, so the image can be able to form on the retina, so that we can't able to see the image. Clear? So for a normal eye, the shortest distance at which we can able to see the image of an object is nearly, for small children, that is from 5 to 6 years old children, it is nearly about 7 to 10 centimeter. Okay, if this is eye and a object is placed here at a distance 5 to or at a distance 7 to 10 centimeter, for the case of age between 5 to 6 years old, for small children, then the image of this object is able to form on the retina, because their ciliary muscles are more strength, so that they can more compress the lens. So the minimum distance from the eye for children up to which the object can be moved, so that they can able to see the image, is 7 to 10 centimeter, which is for elderly person, that is from 60 to 70 years old, will increase up to 1 meter or 2 meter. Okay, so as the age increases, the strength of the ciliary muscles decrease, so the lens can be compressed more. So for very elderly or aged person, the minimum distance of the object from which they can able to see the image, or the image is found on the retina, is increased up to 1 meter to 2 meter. That means if an object is placed at a distance of 1 meter from their eye, they can able to see the image. Otherwise, if we place the object close further to the eye, they can't able to see the image, because their ciliary muscles can't able to compress the lens anymore, so the focal length can be changed to create the image on the retina. So in general, for human eye, the minimum distance from the eye at which a object is placed so that it can create its image on the retina is 25 centimeter. This is known as least distance of distinct vision. Okay, this is the average value of the minimum distance at which a object can be placed. Okay, so the 25 centimeter is the average, or in general we consider as this much distance as the minimum distance from which a object can be visible for the naked eye. Clear? You have to remember this. So 25 centimeter is known as the least distance of distinct vision. This is the minimum distance at which if we place a object, a naked human eye can able to see its image. Clear? If we further decrease the distance, we can able to see the image, because by decreasing the distance, the object distance will decrease from 25 centimeter to more less, but the lens of the eye can be able to decrease its focal length to form the image on the retina, so that as it can able to decrease the focal length, so the image, when we decrease the object distance below 25 centimeter, the image is not able to form on the retina, so we can't able to see the image. Because when light is incident on the retina, there are large number of rods and cones, and when light incident on rods and cones, they are attached with large number of nerves, so the nerves get activated, due to which we get the signal of the object or the image. Clear? So for a normal eye, the least distance of distinct vision is 25 centimeter. Okay, clear? So this is human eye, how a human eye behaves as a lens, and this is a magical lens which can change its focal length according to the object distance, because here the image distance is fixed, but it have a limit up to which it can change the focal length, and that particular distance from the eye, or the closest distance from the eye due to which you can able to see the image, is known as the least distance of distinct vision. In general, this is have the value of 25 centimeter. But in case of very small aged children, it is maybe 7 to 10 centimeter, and in case of elderly person or very old age person, it may vary 1 meter to 2 meter. Clear? So least distance of distinct vision is that distance or the smallest distance from the naked eye due to which you can able to see the image of the object. Clear? So next, what is angle of view? If here is an object, okay, of height h, and here is our eye. So the distance let be d, the least distance of distinct vision. So when an object of height h is placed at the least distance of distinct vision from the eye, so the angle obtained by the object at the eye let be theta naught. So this angle is known as angle of view. Clear? So when an object is placed at the least distance of distinct vision, it makes an angle theta naught at the eye. This theta naught angle can be written as how much? H by d, because as the angle theta naught is very small, so we can write h by d, which is tan theta naught equal to theta naught, which will be h by d, height of object by distance from the image. So this is the normal angle of view for a naked eye. If we further decrease d or the distance, the theta naught will increase, so that the image will have larger magnification. For example, if I placed this object at this place, so the angle obtained will be this much, it will be large, so the angular magnification or the size of the image will be more. But as this is the least distance of distinct vision, if we further move the object towards the eye, the image can't be able to form on the retina. So maybe it get magnified, but we can't able to see the image, as the image is not able to form on the retina. So there will be no benefit to move the object further from the least distance of distinct vision. It may get magnified, but we can't able to see the image, as the image is not able to form on the retina. Clear? So there will be no profit by moving the object from least distance of distinct vision to further close to the eye. So this is the normal eye angle of view, which is defined as h by d. Okay, because as the angle of view increases, the number of cones and rods get activated increases. Because if this is eye, for just an example, this is the axis, this is the human eye. Okay, like this. So from this I am placing a object here. This is let be the some distance x. So this object obtain an viewing angle theta. This is theta. So this much amount of rod and cone got activated by the ray. So this much size will be observed by the eye, or we can recognize this much size of the image. If we further move the object close to the eye like this, if the same object of height h is placed close to the eye, it will obtain an viewing angle this much. So the number of activated cones and rods on the retina will get increased. So it will gives us a image of this much size. Clear? So as the object move close to the human eye, the angle of view increases. This is the angle of view increases, and due to the increase in angle of view, the number of rods and cones activated more, and they gives us the sensation of the image more large and clear. As more number of rods and cones get activated by the ray incident on the eye, so more clear and enlarged image will be obtained. But it's not able to increase the image beyond the least distance of distinct vision, because as if we move the object close to the eye which is less than that of least distance of distinct vision, may the object size increased but the image is not able to form on the retina, so there will be no chance to activate the cones and rods, so we can able to get the vision. Clear? So for generally a normal eye, the minimum angle of view is tends to be 1 minute. Okay, if the angle of view is nearly 1 minute, then we can able to see the object image. Okay, so what is the normal angle of view for a naked eye is, we already discussed that. So the normal angle of view for a naked eye is, you already understood why the angle of view increases, which will cause to increase the number of activated rod and cones, which will create more magnified and clear vision of the object. But if we place the object further to the least distance of distinct vision, may the angle of view increase, but as the image is not formed on the retina, there will be no chance to see the image, so there will be no profit by placing the object further closer to the least distance of distinct vision. So for a normal eye, if this is a normal eye lens, okay, so this point is the human eye, normal eye, and this is the object we placed of height h, which is at the distance of least distance of distinct vision, which is denoted by d, and basically it is how much? 25 centimeters. So here the angle of view will be this much. This is the angle of view, theta naught. So what is theta naught? The normal angle of view for a naked eye is h by d. Clear? Okay, we can able to magnify this image by moving it further close to the eye, because this is the least distance of distinct vision. Clear? But if still the image of this object is not clear to us, if the object is placed at the least distance of distinct vision of human eye and it has certain height h and the angle of view is theta naught, which is given as h by d, but still the object is not able to give us a clear vision of its image, then we are going to use what? Optical instruments. Clear? So optical instruments are used to assist our eye to get the clear vision of the object. Okay, if our eye is not there, there is no necessary to use optical instruments. So first of all, human eye is the most vital and important optical instrument and most advanced optical instrument that provided us by the God. Then we developed some artificial optical instruments to further improvise the vision of the object. So as here is a object which is at a distance of least distance of distinct vision, that is 25 centimeter, and the angle of view is theta naught, which is h by d. This is for the naked eye, but still the image of the object is not visible, and we can able to move it further close to the eye as this is the least distance of distinct vision. Clear? So here we can use a simple convex lens to increase the image size, or this is also known as a simple microscope. Okay, so what do we do? So as this is the object placed at a distance of d, due to which the viewing angle is theta naught equal to h by d. So same, here is the eye, clear, and here is the object. This distance is what? The least distance of distinct vision, and it makes an angle theta naught, right? So the theta naught value will be h by d. This is for the naked eye, but we want to increase the size of image further. So what do? We placed a simple microscope in front of the eye. Okay, this is human eye. So if it has some focal length f, so let the focal length of the given lens L is less than the least distance of distinct vision. That means the lens that we used in front of our eye is a convex lens whose focal length is less than that of the least distance of distinct vision. Clear? So if here I am placing the object A of height h at its focus, then its image will be formed at infinite, because you already studied when an object is placed in front of a convex lens, the rays after refraction goes parallel to it. So as the rays goes parallel to it after refraction, so they will go up to infinite. So when the refracted rays are parallel, which is coming from the object, it will easily reach to the retina of the human eye. So we can easily view the image, and the image will be formed at what? Infinite. So we can easily able to see this object of height h. But here the distance from the eye will be how much? F, and the angle of view at the eye will be what? Let this will be the eye. So if these rays are very close to each other like this, so the angle will be theta. This is the view of angle of view, theta. But here theta will be how much? Height of the object divided by distance from the eye. So as we place the object at the focus of this lens, which is very close to the eye, so the distance from it will be f. Clear? Because we placed the object on the focal length of the convex lens that we used in front of our eye, which is very close to the eye, so the refracted rays goes parallel to it and they can easily reach at the retina, so we can able to see the object. So here theta is how much? H by f. This is the angle of view for the object. So as here theta is h by f and the focal length is less than d, we already taken as the focal length of the convex lens is less than that of least distance of distinct vision. So theta will be greater than that of theta naught, because theta naught is h by d, and as f is less than d, so theta will be greater than theta naught. So what will be the magnification of the object? So magnification of the object is equal to the angle or the angle of view made by the object in normal eye and the angle made by the object by using the optical instrument. So this is theta. So the magnification will be theta divided by theta naught. By what amount the angle of view increase in comparison to the naked eye? So this is the angle made by the instrument through which the object made this much angle of view with the eye, and this is the angle made by the naked eye. So the magnification of the object will be theta by theta naught. So this implies you will get the magnification is equal to how much? H by f divided by h by d. So this implies you will get it d by f equal to the given magnification of the simple microscope or simple convex lens. Clear? And as this magnification is created when the object is placed at the focal length of the lens and the image is formed at the infinite. So as the image is formed at the infinite, because the object is on the focal length and the rays are parallel to the eye, so the ciliary muscles of the eye are in relaxed position, because parallel incident ray can travel up to infinite, so they can easily reach at the retina. So the ciliary muscles are in relaxed mode. So this is known as normal adjustment. Okay. So this, when a simple microscope or a simple convex lens is used to magnify the object so that the object is placed at the focal length of the simple microscope or convex lens, so that the image is formed at infinite, during which the ciliary muscles of the human eye are in relaxed position. That's why this is known as the normal adjustment. Okay, so when image is formed at infinite and the magnification is d by f, f equal to focal length of the simple microscope, d is the least distance of distinct vision, so this will be the magnification at the case of normal adjustment, and here image is formed at infinite. So this is the minimum magnification. Minimum magnification by a simple microscope. Okay, so D by F is the minimum magnification can obtained by using a simple microscope. Okay, so can we further increase the magnification? Yes. How we can increase the magnification further? So D by F is the magnifying power of a simple microscope, which is the minimum value of the magnifying power of the simple microscope when the object is placed on the focal length of the simple microscope and image is formed at infinite. So we can further increase the magnification obtained by a simple microscope. As here, this is the convex lens and this is the human eye, let it be here. So when the object is placed at the focal length of the lens, the image will easily form at the infinite. This is the focal length, height of object, and this is the angle theta. But if we further shift the object towards the pole of the convex lens, the image will move towards the pole. We already know by the formation of image with convex lens, when object moves from focus towards the pole, the image is also moving from minus infinite to towards the pole. So there will be a certain position of the object for which the image will be formed at the least distance of distinct vision D, which is greater than that of the focal length of the lens we already taken. Clear? So when we further move the object beyond focal length of the lens towards the pole, so that the image of the object will move from minus infinite towards the pole. So there will be a particular position of the object for which its image will able to form where? Like this. Its image will be able to form at the least distance of distinct vision. Let this will be the least distance of distinct vision D. So at this position, the angle of view is this much. Let this will be the angle of view. This is clear. This is the angle of view when object is placed at the focal length. But now further as the object is moved too close to the eye, so the angle of view will increase and this will be the angle of view. This is the height of object and this distance let be UO. We don't know what is the distance, but we know at this object distance the image is formed at the least distance of distinct vision. Clear? So that the angle of view will be how much? Let it be theta dash. This angle of view will be theta dash. So what is theta dash? Equal to h by u naught. Clear? So you have to find out the value of u naught. So here we know what is v. V equal to minus d because it is measured opposite to the direction of incident ray. Incident ray goes like this. So the distance of image will be minus d. The focal length f will be plus f as it is a converging lens or convex lens. So what is u? So according to the lens formula, we know 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. So from this we will get 1 by v equal to 1 by minus d minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. So this implies what is 1 by u? 1 by u equal to 1 by minus d minus 1 by f. So this implies we will get u equal to how much? Okay, so from this we can write 1 by u equal to minus of 1 by d plus 1 by f. Clear? Taking minus common, but as here u naught, sorry, it will be u naught. Okay, as here the u naught is also measured opposite to the direction of incident ray. So this implies you can write this is minus 1 by u naught equal to minus 1 by d plus 1 by f. So negative negative will get cancelled. So this implies we will get 1 by u naught equal to how much? 1 plus d plus 1 by f. Okay, so this implies what is the value of theta dash? Theta dash will be equal to h by u naught. So this will be h divided by what is 1 by d plus 1 by f? It will be f plus d divided by fd, or this implies hf into d divided by f plus d will be the value of theta dash. Okay, clear? So now what is the magnification? As this is the angle theta dash, so the magnification will be how much? When the object is placed at u naught and the image is formed at the least distance of distinct vision. So the magnification m will be how much? Theta dash divided by theta naught. So this implies you will get what is theta dash? h f d divided by f plus d divided by what is theta naught? Theta naught equal to h by d. Clear? Sorry, I think I did some mistake here. Sorry, just a moment. Here it will be how much? 1 by u naught equal to 1 plus d plus 1 by f. So here it will be 1 by h by u naught. So it will be h into, so this will be how much? Theta dash will be h by u naught. So this implies it will be h into 1 by d plus this, because 1 by u naught is this much. So h by u naught, h into 1 by u naught, so h into 1 plus d by fe. So this implies theta dash will be equal to how much? H into f plus d divided by fd. Clear? H into f plus d divided by fd will be theta dash. So here it will be theta dash divided by theta naught. So what is theta dash? H into f plus d divided by fd by h by d. So this implies you will get the magnification m equal to h will get cancelled, f plus d divided by fd into d. So dd will get cancelled. So the magnification m will be 1 plus d by f. Clear? Okay, so this is the maximum magnification. By simple microscope. Okay, so the maximum magnification obtained by a simple microscope is 1 plus d by f, and the minimum value we already obtained, that is d by f. And at this case, when the image is formed at the least distance of distinct vision, the ciliary muscles of the human eye are stretched to the most extended. So here this is the condition when the image is formed at the least distance of distinct vision and the magnification obtained by a simple microscope is maximum, that is 1 plus d by fe. And this is not normal adjustment, because in normal adjustment image is formed at the infinite. The eye is in normal state, that means the ciliary muscles are in relaxed position, but in this case the ciliary muscles are in stretched position. So the eye feels some pain when it observes the image of the object at the least distance of distinct vision by using a simple microscope, and this is the maximum magnification obtained by a simple microscope. Clear? So in case of simple microscope, we can remember the formula that for normal adjustment, image is formed at what? Image is formed at infinite, eye is relaxed. Position, and the magnification is minimum, which is equal to d by f. Okay, for image at least distance of distinct vision, eye feels pain, and the magnification is maximum. which is 1 plus d by f. Clear? So the maximum magnification obtained by a simple microscope is 1 plus d by f. What is d? Least distance of distinct region. F is the focal length of the microscope. And for minimum magnification, the magnification d by f, where f is focal length of the simple microscope and d is the least distance of distinct region. Here the eye is in relaxed position, which is known as normal adjustment. Here the eye feels the pain, and this is known as the adjustment at least distance of distinct region. Clear? This is how the magnification is obtained by using a simple microscope. Clear? In next class we will study for if the object is not clear. Further, if we place the object at u0 for which the image is formed at the least distance of distinct region by using a simple microscope, but still the image formed at the eye is not that much clear, or we are not able to see the object more clearly, we can further decrease the object distance, because if further decrease the object distance, the image itself will not be found at the least distance of distinct region, so we can't able to see the image because the rays will not reach at the retina. But if we further decrease the focal length of the simple microscope, that means here the focal length is f, so the magnification will be this much. If we further decrease f, the magnification will increase, but for more decrease in f for a lens is not possible, because a lens having very less focal length to be manufactured will be more difficult. That's why we can't make the simple microscope of very small focal length. So we can't increase the magnification by simple microscope very more by this or from this. Clear? Because the less focal length of simple microscope or a convex lens to be made up of is very difficult. So by using a simple microscope, we can maximum to maximum increase the magnification up to 4x. So x is the unit to measure the magnification. So 4x means the magnification can be increased by 4 times of that of the object by using a simple microscope. If we further want to increase or further want to magnify the object, then we have to shift to more advanced version of the microscope, that is known as a compound microscope. We will study about the compound microscope in next class. Okay.